The Timbers' long road trip finally comes to an end this weekend, just one more away from Providence Park as they'll travel to face Charlotte FC on Saturday. Portland is coming off a difficult loss on a milestone night for a club legend last weekend. The Timbers were trailing 2-0 away at LAFC on Saturday before scoring twice to pull level, ultimately conceding a late winner, and they lost 3-2. The match was the 377th regular season game played by Diego Chara, who now sets an MLS record for the most matches played for a single team in the history of the league. Unfortunately, Diego picked up 2 yellow cards in that match and was sent off. It was just the 4th time in his 14 seasons he's had 2 yellows in the same game. Despite conceding 3 goals, there was a standout performance from Timbers goalkeeper Maxime Crépeau, who had 7 saves on his return to BMO Stadium, which he called home for the past 2 years, showing why the Timbers signed Crépeau as a free agent in the offseason. The Timbers now travel to take on Charlotte FC on Saturday. It will be the first ever meeting between the two clubs. Charlotte was an expansion team in 2022. This is just their 3rd season in the league. They play at Bank of America Stadium, which is also home to the NFL's Carolina Panthers, and they're really good in that building. They had a 13-game home unbeaten streak that was just snapped a couple weeks ago when they lost 3-0 to Minnesota United. They made a coaching change in the offseason, hiring Englishman Dean Smith. There's a lot of Timbers connections in that organization. On Dean Smith's staff are former Timber assistant and interim head coach Miles Joseph and former Timber center back Pamodo Ka. On the roster, former Timbers center back Bill Tuiloma and former Timbers goalkeeper David Bingham. Charlotte FC are off to a difficult start this season. They have just 11 points in 10 games. They're in 11th place in the Eastern Conference, and they've scored just 10 goals in those 10 games. Only 3 teams in the league have scored fewer, and it's exactly half of the Timbers' goal output of 20 so far this season. Maybe it's just what the Timbers need as they still look for the first clean sheet of the season. It's the Timbers at Charlotte FC. It's a 4:30 Pacific time start on Saturday night. You can watch the match as always on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV.